Three, two, one.
Welcome back to another episode of Server Restart In. It's a weekly World of Warcraft podcast hosted by three opinionated players who like to get together to discuss their thoughts about the current state of the game. My name is Jim, joined by Kristen.
Hello.
And Brian.
Hello.
And yay. I don't know.
What are we yaying?
I don't know.
Yay.
Oh, okay.
We're just yaying because reasons.
Yay.
I don't know.
Because we can.
It's been a week. There's,
It's been a week. Welcome back from the holidays, right?
No, we did an episode last week. We had a New Year's Day episode.
No,
come out,
I
didn't
know,
we?
but I'm just saying it's not holidays anymore. The holidays are over.
Oh yeah. Way to kill my residuals holiday spirit.
You're welcome. No problem. Let me keep going with that and talk about professions
Oh no.
and how much I hate them.
Oh no.
What a rotator chip.
I'm just so frustrated with gathering because they have a bazillion Hochenblooms in these goddamn
And
areas, and
let's be real for just a minute. A bazillion
yes,
is a lot.
it is. I have, you know what? So all I've been doing on my hunter is gathering, right? I'm not really, that's how I'm leveling my hunter.
The easiest way to level a hunter, by the
Easiest
way.
way to level a hunter, just by gathering. And as it stands right now, just by flying around gathering, not targeting anything in particular, just doing everything, I have over 600 Hochenbloom, right? I have, I can't tell how many because they have them split up in rank 1 and rank 2 and rank 3 like assholes. Like, what the F, man? They wanted to make it more difficult for my bag space, right? So now I have to do math. So I'm just going to say over 600 Hochenblooms. I have, my next highest is Wrythebark with 55. And then, I take that back. Bubble Poppy with 56.
Bubble what?
The Bubble Poppy.
Who the fuck came up with these goddamn names?
An idiot. Wrythebark with 55. And then the stupid saxifrage stuff, I have 15. 1-5. It doesn't strike you as like weird ratios.
Did you send all of your earlier stuff to someone?
I did not. No, I have not.
But
Like, how ridiculous is that?
It probably depends on the zone.
15. I have been hitting just going around. I haven't been targeting anything in particular. I've just been running around all the zones. It's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. And then to top that all off, I have one potion left to learn and I can't effing learn it. Oh my God, I'm so frustrated. I keep blowing up. I used like 5 of the liquid courages in a row. So it's like they made it so you no longer blow up on the next one, but let me tell you, any other one is fair game. So it's like you blow up, you use a liquid courage, you get 1, you blow up again. Use a liquid courage, you get 1, you blow up again. Like, are you effing kidding me? Like, come on now. I'm so angry.
So, how do you really feel?
There's nothing good about Activision Blizzard right now, in my opinion. Nothing.
That is
Nothing. All they're doing is conspiring to fill up my bags with useless shit. And
At least we know they're listening to the podcast.
yeah, They must be. How much rage can I inflict on this one person? Let's see.
Well, first you got to figure out which person it is,
It
right?
would be me, and let me tell you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well,
They are doing their best.
yeah, I think the fact that I think I like the idea behind some of this stuff, right? So there's different recipes require different items from different crafts, right? So like I can make like one of like the higher blacksmithing hammers, but it requires an elemental soul. So you have to get the whatever the soul suck thing from the engineering is. You know, you can buy them, or I'm working on my engineer and I finally got the skill up to make it, so I can make it and all that stuff. And like I think to make some things in engineering, you need some enchanting dust and stuff like that. So like there's like these like cross ties between the
Sure.
different things, which I think is interesting.
I feel like engineering got it more than anything else, though, which is weird because engineering has always been that one that like
nobody
seems
ever
out
did.
of place because it can't like provide that much utility to everything.
Yeah, it was
else.
always the selfish thing that people took.
It still is.
Yeah.
Because they have the
It really is.
well, they have those like special things that you can put. I don't know if it's like the trinket thing, not trinkets, but tinkering slots that you can put on
Yeah.
items.
Which is badass for sure.
Because I just
But-
did the one to remove things. I think I did one for invisibility.
Yeah, because you can pop it out too, can't you?
Yeah, you can get I don't know if the item is permanent or if it's an on-use item or if it has like charges or whatever. You can use it to pop it out to put a different one in on different items or whatnot. But, you know, I think it's still kind of like that, you know, but it's hard to do it when you're not leveling the character, because I'm sending mats to the character because I haven't leveled them, but then you start to run short when you need the elemental things, the rousing whatever and the awakened whatever, you know. And if you're not doing stuff on that character, like if you're not gathering, you're not passively getting them. If you're not killing the elementals or whatever, you're not passively getting them, you know, as you go on. If you're just parking them in the city, you're required to funnel all the stuff to them, which okay, it's kind of annoying, but it's
I think not enough of those rousing things drop to justify the amount of awakened shit that you need to use.
I think that as you gain knowledge and put it into the certain skill points for gathering, you'll get more. As well, because I think on my main miner, I've finally unlocked the ability to. Well, I unlocked the ability to get the diamonds and then just gems in regular. So I've been actually finding gems that I can send to my jewel crafter that he can use to cut. So I don't have to necessarily prospect,
Mm-hmm.
which is good. You know, that leaves a lot of the ore for his engineering. But it's just hard to find because, like, I still think the crafting order system is a good idea, but
Implemented poorly.
nobody fucking uses it. There's no benefit to it. You know what I mean? It's like either because people are still using trade chat to do it directly and go that way and putting in. Nobody's putting in, and I think it's because they put in the requirement for public orders to have all the items.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what killed it,
Yeah.
because maybe I don't have everything.
Yep.
You know, if you don't have anything, you either have to put in a guild order or a personal order.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to have everything. And some of the things you can't necessarily get, you know, like, I don't know.
But it's an interesting trade-off, though, because, you know, the alternative is they have to get rid of the WoW token. You know, because otherwise people are just buying their way through everything.
I guess.
What do you mean? Like, I don't think I follow.
Get
Like, so
gold.
instead of having, I mean, if you just have to provide the gold as an incentive for somebody to build something for you, then now they have to chase down that problem, right?
Yeah, because you can find people that will, like, you got a necklace made
Mm-hmm.
for like 25K, but you also had to provide all the mats. Who's to say that that same person wouldn't be like, I have all the mats to make this stuff, you know, all you have to provide is this, and then the cost is higher. And now people are just buying WoW tokens to get gold because they don't have to provide as much.
I
You know?
mean, but sure, but again, that's them making it. It's not a necessary thing. Like, it's not a necessary thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't understand why. Who cares if they buy WoW tokens to get gold to buy that thing?
Oh,
Like,
Well, I think
why
it's
does
like the same. It's the same scenario as, like, well, at least in my opinion, I think it's the same scenario as being concerned about, you know, like when I was bitching about the world race to world first and all that crap, and then like them swapping and stuff, and then we talked about like BOE buying before, all kinds of crap. Or no, they were trading the gear and buying it from people, weren't they? I don't know, just crap like that, right? The gamey type stuff. I think it just becomes another gamey issue at that point. Reality is, I would much prefer to have a system like that says, hey, you know, here's a system where you can go put in an order, and then you just offer whatever the market, you know, dictates.
I mean,
right?
you can do that anyway. You don't have to put in you can just go into trade chat and be like, hey, looking for somebody to craft this for me. You can just do that anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing that's stopping you from. When I first went in, that was how I found somebody to make my necklace. Was I went into trade chat
Right.
and I was like, hey, looking for this. So I could have said to them, hey, I don't really have these mats, you know, blah blah
But-
blah, and you know, we could have negotiated. Okay, well, because I told them, you know, I have all the mats, and they're like, okay, this is what I'll do it for, blah blah blah, and I was like, okay, cool, that's fine.
yes.
So I don't understand, because it's the
This
same
is the
thing.
problem. This is, it's
Well,
exactly
like,
it.
to me, it's the same as like the auction house, right? Like, you want something, but you don't want to have to chase it yourself,
Right.
but you're willing to wait, right? And then so you put the order out there, and then someone might take it,
Yeah.
rather than actually having to go out and trying
No.
to find that person.
Yeah.
Wait and wait.
Well, the problem with it is that nobody's using the public order system. What they're doing is, it's all the public order system is a more convenient way to use trade chat to get something. You go shopping in trade chat, you get the name.
I really don't think that's entirely true. Like, obviously it serves the same purpose, but in my opinion, and honestly, like, I had this stupid idea a long time ago, and I mean like super long ago, BC or something like that, because I remember I needed something, and I don't know what it was. I could never find anyone. And I remember, like, I just wish I could make my own quest, right? And I can just send it out and people can fulfill it, and I can reward whatever, you know, I want technically. And they pick it up if they want to take it or not, right? This is essentially that.
Right. Yeah.
It's
And the intention, I think, is to be more than just a trade chat replacement, right?
but it's
I don't know. It sucks as I'm conflicted. I love it. I love it so much, and I want to love it more, and they fucked it up.
Yeah.
the problem is that people aren't using it like that.
It's not that's not the problem, though.
Sure it is.
If you have a building and you make a door and people don't go through the door, it's not the people's fault, right? If you have people going through your building and you made a door and they're not going through that door, but you needed them to go through that door, that's not their fault. That's your fault. You didn't know how to fucking solve the problem in the first place. And that's sure as hell is the same scenario here.
Yes.
They were trying to freshen up professions, and while they did, they left too many archaic processes in place from before. That's what I was saying last week or a week before or something about you can still smell the old systems, you know, it's such a great system, but I still believe, and I think even now I know, if you're not more of a casual player, you're going to outdo the professions instantly, and they're going to be almost worthless. Like, you could do stuff for other people, but you can't do anything for yourself. And at that point, like, you're going to lose those people too. I don't know. I'll shut up now. It's irritating. It's irritating because I totally get it. I think it's awesome. But one, there's got to be more to it. It literally needs to be like a quest system, but for professions. And it's got to have some type of AI automation piece to it.
I mean,
there needs to be rewards you could do to get stuff from it that contributes back to it so that people are encouraged to be a part of it, right? And there needs to be a convenience factor where it's like, if it's more convenient for you to go into trade chat than use it, then it's destined to die, right? Like, there's got to be some incentive to it. And maybe it's not like, maybe it shouldn't have even been, oh, I need this crafted. I think the recraft system works fantastic in this system. I think recrafting is perfect for it because I have a piece. I don't want to throw it in the garbage and get a new one. I can get it recrafted. I don't have it, but I got some shit to go with it. In that scenario, yes, I do believe that, like, you should not have to worry about the spark of insanity and all the other garbage bullshit to go with it. And you can get your shit upgraded if you got the money for it, right? But generally speaking, like, if you can just go to the top tier item, that wasn't even really supposed to be, it's not BOE, right? The intention is BOP, which gates tons of people in the first place. It's hard to argue that, like, that's the solution for it. I don't know.
I don't know. I think quite honestly, I think it works fine for what it was. I think the problem is that you just can't only put in some of the orders. I mean, I didn't have a problem with it. It worked fine for what I needed it for. I ended up putting in a personal order for somebody, but I think one of the people in our guild did a public order, and somebody made him the same necklace that I got for way cheaper.
Really?
Yeah. Now he ended up paying way more because he got, I told him what the mats were, and he had bought a rank 3 diamond, I think, which he only needed a rank 2 to get, the rank 5 that he needed. So he paid like 20,000 for that rank 3 diamond that he didn't need to. So he ended up paying a comparable price to what I paid anyway, because he bought the rank 3 diamond instead of just the rank 2 one that he needed. So it came out the same, but yeah, still, he just put it in, and I think it's a public order, and somebody did it like immediately. Now,
and at that point, though, like, there's so little public orders. Are they just grabbing them to complete their quest? Because the knowledge is the cocaine that you need to keep going. So, like,
yeah,
and that's
it's got its own valuation to gold, essentially.
That's my biggest fucking gripe, is that there's no incentive to do public orders, because you can't go on and see what people are posting public orders for. There's no fucking, like, graph of, what certain things are going. You don't know what the fucking value of somebody's time to craft it is.
It's because it can't measure it. There's not enough out there.
Well, sure. Even if there was, you don't have a way to see it. And
right.
The way, when they made the requirement that you had to have all the mats, again, that fucked it up, because now if you're just going to fucking go out and buy the mats from the auction house, you can probably find a better fucking deal just finding somebody in trade chat to do it. So again, what they've done is they've pushed people away from the public order system. The only reason to do public orders is you're trying to skill up and you're desperately trying to find something that you, one, can craft that will give you skill up, and two, maybe give you knowledge and all that stuff, or you're trying to complete the weekly quest. And for fuck's sake, you still can't put it in a fucking order for goddamn drums.
Which is nuts. Why can't you?
I don't know. It's just not fucking there.
That's crazy.
And goddamn it.
Gator. It's the fucking Gator. They went into his fucking office and they're like, hey, how do we keep them engaged for 3 more weeks? Okay, well, I got this this PowerPoint that I just created where I'm going to make a bunch of patches and put some bullet points there.
This is why the system's broke.
So
it runs on PowerPoint.
This is one of the problems too. Like, so when I was talking about professions, so I do alchemy, right? So alchemy, when you experiment to scale up or whatever, or to learn all of your potions, because that's where you learn, a pretty good amount of your potions is through experimentation, you get random potions, right? Rank 1, 2, or 3 random potions. Well, in order to get the alchemical stuff that you need to continue doing experiments, you need to reclaim those potions, right? So when you reclaim those potions, it gives you the item that you need to continue experimenting, right? Except for you're not getting, 5 potions at a time or whatever. You're getting 1 potion here or there, kind of hodgepodge, right? You get maybe a versatility potion, maybe you get a shocking something potion, maybe blah, 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 right? But then they made the reclaim potion or the reclaim thing only work on 5 potions at a time. Which means that if you're
but
sitting
they have to
there,
be the same rank, right?
Yeah, they have to be the same rank. Yeah. So my bag space has essentially, how do I say this?
A metric shit ton?
It is shrunk by a significant amount because I have files and I have potions and I have files and potions that I'm never going to use, and I want to reclaim them, but I can't reclaim them because I don't have 5 of them to reclaim them. So they're sitting in my goddamn inventory.
Are they potions you can make?
Yeah.
Could you just make the missing amount just to do it?
I mean,
just to get rid of them?
I could, but it's such a waste. But I guess I could do that, but then the next time I experiment, I'll get one. You know what I mean? Like, it's a waste and I have 1 goddamn potion left, and it will not proc, and it's my best in slot potion. It's so frustrating. It is the worst thing ever. And it's like, it's so frustrating. I'm just so mad at alchemy. And it feels like all the potions that they made are, they got rid of flasks and they gave us files and whatever, but they didn't give us files that, increase our, intellect or our, not the way that they've been in previous expansions. They're
weird.
It's stupid.
They changed them where were they, elixirs?
Yeah, the flasks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just dumb.
I think they kind of wanted to change up the gameplay a little bit too, make it a little bit more, maybe use this for this.
Oh, they shook some shit up, didn't they?
Yeah.
They did. I think that I'm not completely unhappy with it, but it just does make...
I mean, I should admit that, I am definitely not unhappy by comparison. I'm only unhappy. I'm disappointed. I'm not unhappy at all, actually. I'm disappointed in the failure to launch.
Well,
I don't know.
It sputtered out. It kind of sputtered out, right? There was all this big fanfare and this is all this great expectations, and a lot of it kind of fizzled.
I think the good thing is that they have a good pattern in the game now. Even the system's there, right? I mean, they have it tied to Dragonflight, which is kind of annoying. The order system, that is. But it's there, right? So at least they can improve upon it in the future, because I think it's a good key player to creating more of the persistent world that I've bitched about a few times that I want more of.
They need to allow you to, one, have it be any recipe from any expansion in the order system, and two, make it so that if you want to craft it for a cosmetic appearance, that you can craft a cosmetic version of it with like a special item or whatever, and it takes maybe less of the regular mats, but you include another optional mat that makes it a cosmetic item, so it becomes a level 1 consumable cosmetic item. So now you have crafting orders for cosmetics.
That's interesting.
So
With as many cosmetics as they are dropping in this expansion, I'm surprised that's not more of a thing.
Yeah.
because I mean, now that's going to take a lot of work, I would think, to go back and make a copy of every
everything.
other
Yeah.
recipe that normally you get the appearance when you think. Basically, it's making a whole token system for an item that will grant you the appearance of that item and unlock it in your thing without actually having the item. You know, but just for a crafted item, like weapons and armor, basically. You know what I mean? I think that there would be a market for that. You know, especially, and to make it a little bit easier, because then you don't have to go back and do it yourself. You don't have to, maybe, it's not something that's going to be super exorbitant on the auction house. Because if it's like an item that requires a lot of soulbound equipment, like the lightning ingots from Pandaria or whatever that are soulbound,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So, like, if you want something like that, you could put it in order, and you could have somebody that did all that stuff and go, oh, I got a bunch of that shit in my fucking bank that I can't fucking send anywhere to my banking alts because it's fucking soulbound and it's just taking up space. I'll make that for you, and like, maybe it takes a little bit less of the regular mats, and it, you use a thing to make it, it doesn't even have to be that. It can still just be normal, and stuff like that. But they really should expand it to that. Now, that's probably going to require making the crafting order system way more robust. I don't know, because right now it's just Dragonflight stuff, right? And it's not even all the fucking Dragonflight stuff. I guess putting drums in would have broken the fucking database or whatever. I mean, it's not like they're called the drop table drums. It's just, but that still just irks me. It's like, I want some fucking drums. I don't want to have to go make them on a fucking thing.
I mean, for sure that's some sort of gating type issue.
Well, it's either it's a gating thing, or it's an oversight, or it's an unintended thing. Because there are a few things that you cannot put orders in for, and it's just weird. And I don't know. Like, apparently that Black Dragon blacksmithing hammer, you can't put an order in for that, or you couldn't. So you had to get the recipe to make it for yourself. Oh, you can? As far as I know, I had read some stuff about it, and that, now I don't know if that's since changed. I haven't looked because, one, I don't have the mats to make it, and two, why am I going to I can't put an order in for myself, I don't think. I wonder if I can. Can I put in a crafting order for myself to make stuff for me?
Couldn't you do it on an alt?
I mean, I can do it. Yes, I know I can do it on an alt, but why waste 2 steps logging out?
Oh my god.
It's true.
Try it.
I assume
Could
no.
I
assume it's probably linked.
It's probably filtered to, you probably couldn't put a public order in and then go do it yourself. The odds of it being there by the time you put the order in and get back to your crafting table, though, are just so fucking low. Because people will probably watch that and snatch that shit up.
It's absolutely true. Every time I go back, I check to see if one's out there.
Oh yeah, I do too. But like, there was one time I went out there and there was a couple shovels out there. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking make shovels. Let somebody else make it so they can get their quest done, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, if there's a piece of gear I can do for a skill up or whatever, yeah, I'll do that. But I have yet to see. I think I did one the first week, like the first couple of days. I can make that click, and it was just like, yeah. I made myself a blue sickle to send to my gatherer, and apparently it's BOP. So, yeah, I made it. And now it's in my bag. So now I gotta
Aw.
sell it because I can't do anything with it because it's fucking soulbound. And I'm not a fucking
Aw.
herbalist.
That sucks.
Yeah. Which means I wasted the ore on it.
Yeah.
So it's just trash now. I mean, it was a first craft, so I got a knowledge point. Yay. You know, but
Whatever, dude. That's a hit, man.
it's
All we need is
it's
one hit.
it's better than nothing. That is true. It is better than not getting
It's so
any-
sad. I think
That's a gator
I think
thing right there, is the amount of knowledge you can get, period.
no, it is absolutely true. Yeah, and honestly, like I don't think I've ever felt the way I do about knowledge in this game. I don't know what it is. Like I never needed it as much as I
So
needed
here-
this expansion.
So it took me 2 or 3 weeks to finally notice in like my mining journal that it had entries for the different things. And I looked at some of the ore and it goes, oh yeah. And then it had like some of like the knowledge items in there. And I looked at it and goes, you can get 0 more of these this week. I'm like, there was
Wait,
only,
what?
there's- if you go into like your mining journal and you look up like the iridescent shards or something like that, it'll tell you how many you can gather that week.
oh,
That now
I
there's,
didn't know it was limited.
yes, I didn't either. And like before
Yeah.
before I knew that, I was like,
You
oh,
just ruined the immersion for me.
I'm sorry. I just need to be. I
Man.
just need to be.
What do I have to do? I'm on right now. What do I got to look at?
Go to your mining journal. There should be a section for the on the left hand side. It should say like the iridescent shards or whatever. And if you click on it, it should say blah blah blah. You can get 0 more this week or something
Oh,
like.
I see. Okay, so iridescent ore, you may discover 3 more samples this week.
You don't know when you're gonna get them. Yeah, I
Where
did.
is it?
You go to
Mining?
mining. You go to
It's
iridescent.
just it's at the bottom of the first paragraph.
I
I
don't
d-
have
It's the next
that.
sentence down.
Oh,
They're blue.
never mind.
Did you open up the wrong thing?
Purple.
Yes. Iridescent ore. You may discover
The
0.
last one you get is purple.
You may discover
The other
0
ones are-
more samples this week. Yes.
So yeah, and it's like that. Now there's the elemental ore stone or whatever, or something like that, or overloaded elementals, whatever. There's
Elementally charged stone.
yeah. It doesn't say you can't get more of those.
Yeah.
but
Is
those
that the one? Is the iridescent or the 3 one?
it's where you get a couple of blue ones and then a purple one.
Okay. Yeah.
But the fact, like
Oh.
before I found this out, I was like, oh, cool, I got one. And then it's like, oh man, I haven't seen one of those in a while, kind of thing. And then I saw that one time, like somehow I I was just
Yeah.
looking, I clicked on it and I went, oh, well, that
That's why-
explains
Yeah.
why.
Jim, that's the most upsetting thing I've heard
I
all day.
look, I'm upset about it too. It upset the fuck out of me. I'm not going to be here and let you just be ignorant of this shit and be happy.
I don't listen. I thrive on ignorance. Okay.
That is my
you let
best
me be me.
spot. I love being ignorant.
I love not knowing things and just glossing over life without a
But
care in the world.
I
Not
think-
for
I
real, but
think-
whatever.
I think what it should do is instead of being you can only get so many is at the beginning of the week.
It shouldn't be capped.
I agree.
No.
There's gonna be
I
there's gonna be
agree.
a limit. Let
Right.
me just vent. I'm sorry, Jim. I don't mean to interrupt you again. I mean again and again and again. But the fact is, if they keep releasing knowledge and they don't cap it at all, right, or block trees or anything like that, we're gonna get everything anyways, right? I think it's neat that it's taken this long because I can still get stuff done. I don't see the value in getting half of the trees, but I like the fun in like trying to get them done. That's why I said it's like cocaine. I've never done cocaine. I
Right.
just assume it's like I got to do the next thing, and it makes me want to go mine. I don't even need to mine. Like, you know what I mean? It's actually I
So
find it very pleasant, and so
this is how I would fix this, right? Currently, there is a limit to how much knowledge you can get from actually doing the thing, right? You can find X amount of them. What it should be is you start off the beginning of the week with a percentage chance of finding one. And as you find them, it drops to a certain point, but never to 0.
Right.
it can go down to maybe 1%. So that way, if you are persistent and that's what you're doing,
Yeah.
you can still
Yeah.
have that chance to get that hit.
Yeah.
And through your persistence, push your knowledge higher, right?
Yeah.
You know, so like, you know, you started off at like a 30% chance and it drops down to like, you
Why
know,
not just always have the same low chance? Be done.
well, because they want,
I mean,
well, they having a low chance would consistently
Yeah, but
would definitely
like-
prevent progression.
sure, but low enough where you know there's a chance, but not low enough where it doesn't become a thing anymore, right? Because that's the thing. If it's low enough, you're never gonna notice it, and it's just gonna be like, I can't really plan around that, right? But there's still some mystery if you keep it like at 25% rather than 0.1%.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, you started off because they want people to get at least a certain amount, right? Because they don't want you to have no progress on the thing. They, you know, which is why they capped it. It's like they want you to be able to progress your trees a certain amount a week, right? You know, without telling you that choices are permanent and, you know, all this other shit, you know. But if you let them get to a certain point of knowledge that week and then let them have like a itty bitty chance after that to maybe make it so low that it's like they may get 1, 2, maybe 3 extra knowledge points or whatever, you know, because unless you're a bot, I mean, okay, I guess really the only downside is if people somehow still are getting bots out there.
I would say, can you even buy anymore? I don't think you can. Like, I think they nailed that down, didn't they?
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I haven't seen
But I
bots
see your
in a long-
point, though. Yeah.
you know, but like if you have bots out there doing it that isn't a person behind it and you didn't cap it, then they would have the, you know, because as you unlock the trees, you get more and then you get better quality and then you start getting other things and whatnot. So it's like they kind of want to make that stuff feel more special. But I think that having a 0 chance to get more knowledge, because either they should have not told anybody about the system, about how much you can get, or, you know, because by doing that, you know, it's like, I didn't know that. Nowhere did I see anything that said you can only get so much knowledge per week. Now, I didn't necessarily look that hard, obviously, because it was right.
I mean, there was nothing intuitive there to suggest that you should be looking for that type of information. I just thought that
I just thought it was a
every
small.
so often when you're mining, you might get some knowledge, and then like knowledge is kind of, you know,
Power.
you might be able to cap everything out, but it may take forever.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. But like, you can't. There's no incentive to do it
Yeah.
past that time because you know you can't go any further.
Right. I'm just saying I'm disappointed, I guess.
It is
So-
it is disappointing. I agree. I find it extremely. It's a letdown because now I don't feel like I can work at it. Like I don't.
It
feel,
doesn't feel like the system that it felt like not knowing that. That's the sad part.
Yeah, exactly.
That felt refreshing and new
Yeah.
and something I could work at my own pace for. And it's definitely not something they, you know, do all the time. And so, yeah, it is disappointing.
It's very disappointing.
Whatever.
Because no, you're right. Because before I knew that, I was like, man, you know, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go out and mine. Maybe I'll get a few knowledge points here or there, going out for like, you know, just flying around the zones. Now it's just like, what's the point? Unless I specifically need ore, there's no point in going out and doing it because I'm not gonna get any fucking knowledge for it, you know. And it's just like, at that point, it's like, you don't. There's no reward.
Incentive.
There's no incentive because there's no reward for doing anything. And I think that's where I think having a, you know, diminishing return on it down to a minuscule amount, but still having it there, at least kind of dangles the carrot. You know what I mean? Kind of, you know, every now and then you get a little nibble on the carrot because it's just dangling there, you know, but I don't know. It make it easier to fucking combine things too. Like I I understand the ranks, and I don't know why the people that make these add-ons don't find a way to just fucking put shit in there. Like the ones that tell you how much shit of something you have on the tooltips and whatnot. Why can't they just put something in there so that it'll tell you all the different ranks? So you just have a total of all the things, because not every recipe requires a specific rank. It can be combinations. So you look at it, you're like, why don't I have enough? And then you look at it and you have to go in.
That is really annoying. I've hit that every time, it feels like.
Yeah. I don't know. This is a very crafting
Again, that's not without saying it's not a good. You know what I mean? Like it is a good improvement over what it used to be.
It's
Quite
it's different. I think yes, I think it is better than what it was, but it's definitely not without its flaws. And again, when you're gonna make such a big change to something like that, even during beta and all that stuff, you're not really going to see what like a full scale effect it's going to have. The change for the public orders went in at the very end of the beta.
Yeah, there was no way. There's no way they could.
Or it was on the
to
PTR or something like that.
They always do that, though. They put the stuff that they know is going to be super shitty at the end.
I don't even think it was in the beta. I think it was on the PTR, and I forget. I remember seeing when that happened, and it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sorry. For some reason,
No, this is a valid topic. I mean, professions, they're trying to inject.
We're only complaining because we love the game, so
they're trying to revitalize and inject purpose into the crafting stuff.
Oh,
right?
yeah, sorry.
Into what?
What?
On the plus side, I got Otto the otter yesterday, and he is the most adorable thing in the world. Like, I love him so much. Like, I wish he flew, because I just want to fly around on him.
She's a dragon riding.
Yeah.
I
wish he
you know what?
flew.
You don't, because if it did, it would have the worm animations, and you would hate it.
Oh, I did
serpent?
actually go in the water and ride on him, because I figured he should have he's an otter. He should have a swimming animation.
So what he does is he rolls on his back and puts you under the water, because otters swim on their back.
No, he didn't. He doesn't do that. But let me actually go and look and see.
That would be fun.
What did you have to do to get him?
A lot of fishing. So you have to fish up a gold coin, go to the gold coin swag dude, the frog, and get the bag, the gold coin bag. The aqua shades or aquatic shades drop from it. And you go to the underwater bar with the dancing pad. And you dance on it for 5 minutes with the shades on, and it transports you to the hissing grotto. That's it. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. The hissing grotto, and you find an empty
barrel
there. Yep. Thank you. And you go fill it up with fish. So you have to fish 100 of one specific kind of fish. You have to have lava fishing, because you need to fish 25
magma threshers.
How do you get lava fishing?
Rank 15, renown 15.
And actually, now that I'm wondering about it, you might not actually have to have lava fishing. I think you just need lava fishing to see the lava pools, but I don't see them anyway. So
you unlock it, and then you have to make the bracelet.
Yeah. So maybe you do. I don't know. And then you have to go fish up this one epic fish in another area, and then you take it back to the hissing grotto, and then you put the barrel down. Otto comes and eats out of it, and then he stands up next to it and has an exclamation point, and you click on him and complete the quest, and boom, you get him. So it was not very long. It took a couple hours of just fishing nonstop, which was fine. No, it was good. I like fishing, so the only problem I had was all those stupid threshers kept spawning, and it was so annoying. Like, I kept getting all the achievements for, hit 25 threshers and blah, 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 and all the stupid thresher achievements, and I'm like, these are so annoying. Like, can you just go away? So, that's what I wanted to check. I wanted to see if Otto swam faster in the water, because you would think that he should, because he's an otter, right? So I am on my dragon, and my movement speed is 67%. Swimming on my dragon, right?
Yeah, but everybody knows dragons can't swim.
Dragons can't swim. So
Is that why they sit and growl the whole time?
So I'm gonna.
I'm undead, so I force mine to swim underwater to scare away the otters.
So I'll go on my fur-lined.
Do you have the angler's fishing pole from the Legion artifact?
Yeah.
I'm talking to Brian.
67%.
No,
He does swim faster because.
That's the same percentage you just said.
No. I'm not on him yet because I was on him a little bit earlier, and he swims like a 134 or something like that. And then so now I'm gonna go on him. So he moves 209%. What did he move at?
Anyway, this is...
Nope, 209. That's fine. I know, this is fascinating. Hold on. Just one more second, and we'll go in the water, and we'll see. He is 134%. And he just... I don't know if that's how otters swim.
Probably with their feet.
Yeah, he swims a little bit. It's cute,
Okay.
but it's so he does swim faster in the water.
That is another thing, too, is there's a bunch of different mounts you can get. Like, I got the Thunder Lizard mount, or whatever the hell it was.
Lizzie?
Yeah, Lizzie. Where you do a thing where you help a centaur, like, sneak out of their camp. And then they go try to take care of a lizard, and you come back every day. And sometimes you give them leaves, and then you give them other...
Oh, is that what that is for? Oh, my God.
I haven't finished yet, but I know I've done that a few times.
Jesus.
You do it for like
yeah.
5 or 6 days, and then eventually you befriend it and get the saddle.
Okay.
And that's where that mount comes from. You know, it's weird because it's like, they're like, oh, it really likes you. And I'm like, yeah, but I brought you the stuff and you did everything. It
Yeah,
doesn't
why does it
fucking
like me?
But then there's the auto one. There's one where you get a bunch of different knoll foods, and you can get one of those flying fox things.
Oh, I need one of that. I need one of those. One of them drops from a
rare?
A rare too, yeah.
Yeah, but there's like 3 different sections where you can get, like, there's Tuskar jerky.
Oh, I have some of that.
I think you need
Because
20 of each. Yeah, it's because the gnolls are eating the Tuskar. So you kill the gnolls and you get the jerky and you collect it, and it's like 3 different.
Back to the Tuskar.
I don't think it's a Tuskar that has the fox mount. I think it's a troll.
No, I meant literally give them back their jerky.
Yeah. $5 jerky.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's nice that they put all these mounts in there that,
Are useless.
in the zones, yeah.
Yeah. I know. I was thinking about that. I'm like, why couldn't they have just given us all dragon ones?
I still want them to fucking
Make
put
it so we can use our actual dragon
all-
mounts.
Engineers should be able to create BOEs that you can attach to your old mounts to make them dragon flying mounts.
dragon ring, or just a paper fucking dragon mask, like on Halloween, how you get the different face masks. Then like, I'm a troll,
Oh
and
my
stuff like that.
God.
And it's just a dragon thing, and it puts it on your mount, and they
No,
look.
because I like the way my mounts look. I don't
It would just be on
wanna-
their face. You're behind your mount. It's fine.
You don't look at their face.
You don't look at their
That's
face.
terrible. I look at my mount's faces.
Not when you're riding them.
Yes, I do.
You
Look,
fly at
right
yourself.
now. See, that's what I'm doing right now.
I can't see, and I'm not going to look.
Oh.
I think you're baiting me.
I was not. I was literally doing it. It just made it really hard to see where I was going.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be fun. It would be fun just even they should have at least had all Drake and Proto Drake mounts. Do it.
Yeah.
Not like the panda dragon mounts that are the serpents, because that would be really weird.
Sure.
You know, but the ones that just have the wings that are like all the other things we already
I
fucking
want
have.
to ride around as Terragossa's Rest in Dragonflight. Thank you.
Well,
Please.
the ones that you turn into
Yes.
what might be different.
No.
I don't know.
No.
I'm just trying to think of
No.
how they can
all the
incorporate it.
dragons.
Yep. Okay. All the dragons.
All the dragons.
But all right.
All the dragons.
Let's
Dang
see.
it.
Was there anything else? Yeah, they've been nerfing a bunch of the fucking things. It's a time walking week, which I don't know. Like they said, there was an issue with scaling, and I don't know if it was scale. Like
It worked out in my favor, if so.
it did.
I've been doing my paladin.
Well, it's like they said. When did they say this? Is 2 days ago. There was a blue post that says we're aware that the gear level in time walking dungeons is currently being scaled down more than intended, which is weird because you would think that would make you less powerful, but it was not.
I would say definitely didn't have an issue.
No.
Still zip through stuff.
And when I was running, our tank had a trinket that he would use, and it's like Devastation of Flame or something like that, and it does a big AoE, and then the damage comes back as a shield for him, and it would just like insta kill everything. It did. It was stupid. Like he would go from like I think like 2k DPS to like 30k DPS, which is like insane at the scaled down version. And it's like, well, that trinket obviously did not get scaled correctly coming down, which
Those are the best surprises, though, right? Like,
yeah, it's like, all right, well, let's hurry up and get these done before Blizzard kills the fun. Yeah, fun detected, you know.
Yeah, the
But-
gator.
Yeah, the gators out there, the fun gator.
What have I not gated today?
All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and gate this episode and call it a night. Thank you, everybody, for checking us out.
Listening to us bitch about.
I think they were valid concerns, and I think that that's fine. You
It
can
was
check-
out of love.
Yes.
I always complain about things that I love.
Not me. I just like the bitch.
All right. Well, you can check us out at facebook.com/server restart in. Choose a tweet at server_restart. And we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.